Okay. The checkbox is okay. Go back. One step back, one step back. Go to create change request actions.
Create.
Define change request actions.
Okay. Yeah, here also no checkbox here.
Okay, because if that's the case, it's a version issue. We are on MDG 7.0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you don't have these checkboxes here.
Okay.
In MDG 8.0, you have a version. So which says that the rejection reason is mandatory or notes is mandatory for action, right?
If it's not there means all are mandatory, huh?
No. Now everything is optional.
So how can you select before that version? How then you configure that things if there is
We used to implement a baddie. There is a baddie for this.
Oh, for the action for the scenario you have to use body, eh?
Correct. If we go back, I'll show you the baddie. Go to open change request.
Open.
Change request node. No, the change request node.
Okay.
Last baddies. User interface for the change request.
Oh.
So we
So
used to implement this baddie.
before that version, for this rejection text or pop-up, this it be used, eh?
Correct.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you give back me my presenter access? Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Now we have to discuss the workflows, right? BRF based workflow. Any questions that we have come up with the previous session? Yes?
I think if some condition type, it means like if you put company code in change request, then some second level approvals can be omit. If there is no company code in change request, if there is company code in change request, then second level approval take the action. If there is no company code in change request, then second level approval can be omit. So this type of requirement, how can you achieve? By
It's again a
BRF?
baddie.
Oh, it's
BRF,
only by
baddie.
not in BRF, huh?
No, that can be handled in the combination of baddie and BRF
Okay.
and directly through baddie also.
So, okay. Okay.
Because you said both the things, no company code and company code.
Yes, yes.
Right? This is something handled with BRF. And again, if you have something like, if I have 1000 company code workflow process different, 2000 company code workflow process different, then it requires a baddie and BRF.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
So in the BRF based workflow, do we see any issues or the topics to be revised where you need a clarity?
Sure. In BRF, only you use for the agent determines all are that objects, all the things in BRF, all we can achieve. Okay. So these things are covered or only in BRF, or there is lot element, some option is there, object. So this thing, why you
We don't. Okay, so I'll show you that.
element create object something
Correct.
business function functions.
Correct. So business functions are not there.
No, functions, only function.
Yeah,
Something.
functions. Correct. So I'll come there. So today we'll try to design a BRF plus workflow. Okay. So that would be for a CR type, business partner.
Karthik, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, sorry, I missed it. So I'm not going into the details of the CR type configuration, which we already went through. So directly I'll be focusing on a BRF plus configuration. So I'm taking a deep copy of the CR type and I'm saying it's K underscore BP1.
So no need to follow any naming convention, Karthik, or any.
No need actually.
Okay.
But to segregate, you say Z or a Z for custom configurations.
Right.
It really depends on your company policies. How do you want it to do? Even the table entries also, if you want to Z, then you can have Z. Now this already has a BRF based workflow template, right? So it says no steps defined. That's okay. Now the moment I complete this CR type, I created a new CR type. I'll go to workflow, rule-based workflow. Here I need to define the total number of steps in a rule-based workflow. Some user has logged it. This is the CR type, right? We have 0, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 steps.
Hello, Karthik, these are predefined or you can take own?
I'm taking own, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can take any number, okay?
Any number, yeah. This is requester, this is reviewer, and this is approver. 30 is activation, 40 is resubmit, 50 is rollback, and 60 is complete. 10 review, 20 approve, 30 activate, 40 resubmit, 50 rollback, 60 complete. Yeah. Wonderful. No, I define the total number of steps. Now I'll say configure rule-based workflow. This is the place where an application will get open. ZKA underscore BB1 is a CR type. The moment I say continue, system will start preparing a BRF plus application automatically. Now, here I think there was a question about, the rule sets, trigger function and all those things. Yes, these are purely, so these are all related to a BRF plus application. Now, a function has something like an interface, and the function will have the rule sets, and the rule sets will have various rules inside it. Now, one of the rule here we have whether there is a CR type available or not. That's the rule set. Now, we discussed, right, initially, the condition alias will actually go and check in a user agentation table. Now, whether the rule is available in user agentation table or not. If it is not available, it will go and check in a non-user agent decision table. All these things are somehow related to BRF plus application, which actually link various decision tables in our scope of scope of work. So we did not really do any changes here. Now I go to single value decision table. Here I'll add a row. My previous step is so as per this diagram, if the previous step is request and previous action is space, the next step is 10 and the new status is 02 and the new condition alias is REB, right? Hope you remember this part. I'll do the same in the system. Previous step, I'll say there is a referral help which is coming from the configurations which we have made. New condition alias REB, new step is 10 and new CR status is 02. Now the next step is, what is the next step? Is it a user step or a background step? It's a user step, right? So this entry has to be configured in a user agent decision table. Always mark the user agent group 1 and step type would be for this. It was mentioned as 3. So I'll take the same step type. From the F4 help also we can select. Since this is only reviewing, what's a process change request? And user agent type would be I'll say US. So my username in the user agent list table has been created successfully. Let's try to go to the application and see how does this work. Here is our CA type. Let's say internal number, assignment, and say submit. Now, if I refresh, I got complete review and sent for revision. Because
So,
the same username has been configured, it came back to me.
hello,
Yeah.
Karthik. So you are also next level approver, okay, or next level agent. So from where it take the agent now?
I didn't get that. What do you mean by where I get?
When you submit, so in next level you are only the person who is take the action on that CR, okay. So you are the person for next level. From where it take? It decided system.
It took from the BRF user agent table with the username MDG demo.
Okay, you are configured that MDG demo.
Yeah. In this user agent table,
Okay.
I have given the user agent type, right?
Yes. Okay.
So username is the value which I given.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So now if I click on yes, if I click on 05, what should happen? It should go to the next level approver, right? But since I did not configure that, what would happen now if I click on 05? It will go into error saying the next step is not identified. Agent redetermination error. So now I will add one more step. Now if my previous step is 10, and my previous action is 05, then my new step, new condition alias, new status. New condition alias would be APP, yeah, and new step would be 30, new status would be 01. Now again I go to user agent addition table. Here I'll add the option for the new condition alias APP. This is something called approve change request because I'm approving it. If it is special user, I can give SU. And give back to the initiator who raised this request. I can do that, but I just don't want to give that as a special user. US. Save, activate. Now if I click on complete review, it has completed the review, and again it will come back to me for the final approval. Approve and reject.
check not possible in there.
Hello Karthik, there is some message come duplicate check not possible. Why it come?
Duplicate check configuration is not maintained still in the system.
Okay.
That we will do in the data quality functions.
Okay.
So far I would be able to show you one step-by-step process because it's a user step. Now since this is the background, I need to directly maintain in the system ACT is a background step. It has to be part of non-user agent. So let me go with the process. I'm just only configuring a positive scenarios. I'm not taking any negative scenarios. Say, reject, resend. All those options I'm not carrying here. Say if previous step is approver and previous action activate. Is it 09? 0304 approve. Then my new condition alias will be ACT and a new change request step would be 30 and the new status would be 05. Any questions so far? No. The next step is activation, ACT, right? So this is the background step. So I'll go to non-user agent destination table and say that there is a condition alias called ACT. Now for this, we have a process pattern. Zero 05. And agent group we can default to 1. So here I am directly trying to add one more condition alias, that's COM complete agent group
agent group also.
1, yeah, and process pattern.
Hello, what?
Sorry?
001 means what? The agent group.
No, agent group is 1, which is something which you will be using in a parallel workflow.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to single value agent destination table. and here I'm saying a new entry that if my previous step is activation, yeah, and if the value is equals to 31, then my new step would be condition alias COM. The new step would be complete. The
Karthik,
new
this 3031 number are user defined. Hello.
what? Yeah, those are user defined. We define them, no?
3031, where we have defined them? Well, like this 0505,
Which
these numbers.
values?
All these values 0504 activate, like
These are
these
SAP
numbers.
delivered. These are SAP delivered.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here the status
We have to remember
would
this
be
diagram, like this workflow.
for this workflow. Yeah. So we are. I mean, not like remembering. This is the practice. What we do. Even if you have any requirements from your business, you will build a workflow like this on a paper, and then you map it. Then it will be easy for you to do it. With the practice of one or two exercises, then you can automatically do it.
Okay. Okay.
And I want this, everyone has to practice today, because this is the only time where you will be working on the workflow in the total exercise. And this is one of the major activity for you in any implementation. Without this configuration, you will not do any implementation. So there is a typical exercise which is planned to you, which I would be sharing you today immediately. I think the assignment is already shared. Once we do this, you should be able to do that in the system. So definitely you'll come back with errors if you are working on the system. So if the previous step is 30, sorry, previous step is 30, and the previous action is not equals to 31, then I should say not equals to 31, then the condition alias is review, and the change equal step is 10, and status is 02. So if the activation is successful, it will go to completion step, and the completion has a background agentation table configuration, so it will complete the workflow. What I'll do now, I'll go to this organization and say approve. On refresh, if it is going back to the reviewer, that means there was an error while activation. Yeah, it came back to the requester again. There was an error while activating the workflow. SLG1 FMDM. There was an error while activating some RFC server connection. That's why they got an error.
This one, Karthik, SLG1 T code or different?
SLG1 T code only.
Okay. If any error, first we have to go to SLG1 T code, first step.
Yeah.
So in this case, if you approve it, you go to the next level. So instead of it go to the next level, it again back to the request. That is the error, na?
Correct. That's how the workflow has been designed. Okay. Or some people would say if there is any error, complete the workflow, but say like it's a error status, so that then they will have an audit. Why certain workflows are getting error? Who configured these workflows? Why? What is the reason for the error? All those things being identified and taken respective action. Okay. So, any questions on this?
Or what is that process? Are you showing it stopped?
What? Which one?
That after approve something, it's gone to error.
No, we are pointing to some different server. That's why we are getting this error. If the data is correct, it will not come up with this error. Now, how do we fix this issue is something different. Now, that is not part of the workflow, right? So, your objective is to build a workflow. Now, for that, right now I have only configured the positive steps in a scenario. You would configure positive and negative ones by using the same PPT as a reference. And please, just a moment. Now, the expectation is any person who executes reject or withdraw, you need to terminate the workflow. If that action is executed. Send for revision is being executed, it should go back to the reviewer. And send back always to the previous person. Let's say from specialist it went to an approver. Approver clicks on send back. You will send the work item back to the previous person, not to the reviewer. And each step, these are the actions which are expected. For reviewer, resubmit and withdraw. Specialist, finalize, send for revision and reject. Final approver, FI approver, finance approver, approve, reject and send back. And final level approver, activate, reject and send for revision. So you have steps 1, 2, 3, 4 user steps. Okay. Any questions in this assignment?
If that type of error come, now we are showing that.
Mm-hmm.
If the same type of error come, now SLG one TK.
Okay, if the same type of error comes, you complete the workflow.
Okay.
I'll say if in case error while activation. Zero 06 final check rejected.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions on this? Okay. So today I would be, ending up the session today because today I'm traveling back to India. So I need some assignments to complete, which came in the last moment. And tomorrow at the same time we will be continuing as per our schedule. Yeah. So if you have any questions, let me know. We'll have a discussion. But this assignment is really important. Trust me, you'll get some issues. You have to fix it. Do not expect that, I will be helping you tomorrow. Just in that perspective, you start, doing a troubleshooting. In case if you are not able to solve it, we'll definitely do that in the tomorrow session. That's a different game. But assume that, I'm not there and try to solve that. Okay. So if we are done with this workflow, almost 50% of our course is completed. Next, what we have is UI configuration, data replication, data quality, mass uploads. So UI modeling is something which would take time for 2 sessions, and the remaining all will go in a session. 2 topics will continue. So assume that from this week, if we complete this week, by 11th January, or not 11th, by 12th January, I think we should be able to complete the batch. Okay, so any questions?
Karthik,
Uh-huh.
in this BRF, where exactly you are using the body coding and the things? In which scenario?
Uh-huh. The scenario which Shandit had asked, based on some company code, I want to dynamically control the users steps. Then
Okay,
we'll
can you
use.
show some example for
Karthik, am I audible?
today?
Hello,
Is it possible? Can you
Rajendra?
show some example today or tomorrow?
No, no, definitely I can show you, but badges
Okay,
require
fine.
you need to have the coding understanding,
Yes,
because the badge is all about coding, right? So,
yeah, I can
no,
understand
I'm
the
not
coding
saying,
part.
no, sorry. I think you take that in a different way. When I say coding, MDG requires a separate set of coding methodologies.
Okay,
Okay, that coding we need to complete. There are certain EPAs which we need to understand. Framework, how the
okay, can you
architecture
just,
is built, we need to understand them.
fine, if you, is it possible, can you share the documents so that I can read and understand the concept of the things?
Oh, is it? Okay, fine.
And you can just show one
Hello,
example, not today, tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, and
Karthik,
can you
am I
share the
audible?
document for API, that coding
Yes,
standard of the things?
that I think Subhashni
Okay.
shared you all the documents, right, everyone?
Yes, one set of the documents he said, but I'm asking this coding standard, coding related things, MDG.
There would be something
Which
called
one you told?
MDG API Programming Guide,
MDG?
Application Programming Guide in those
Fine.
documents.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay then. I think let's connect tomorrow. Please feel free to to raise an email today if you got stuck in understanding the requirement. The requirement is straightforward. If you want, again I can explain you the requirement.
Can you explain the requirement tomorrow? Maybe, yeah.
Okay. So all we need
Sir,
is, there is a requester. He submits a request. It will go to the specialist. This is how the process should be. Everything, if everyone say approve, this is how it has to end. Okay. Any person who clicks on reject or withdraw, say the reject is possible here, you should go back to the requester. And if any person says send for revision, sorry, I missed it. Reject or withdraw, you should complete the workflow with an error. So the reject is there with the finance approver and the final approver. Two people can take the decision, even specialist can take the decision to reject the workflow. It has to terminate. Now send for revision is something specialist can do and financial approver can do. When they say send for revision, it has to go back to the requester. Now send back is something which is only available with the finance approver. When you click on send back, it has to go back to the specialist, only to specialist. Okay, so you might require to use different agent types, special user types. With special users you can do this, without special users also you can do this.
Karthik, when FI approver reject,
Let's see how did you plan that.
hello, when FI approver reject, it will be it will go to the requester.
No. See, reject is always terminate the workflow, no matter in which step it is.
Okay.
Karthik, these actions reject, send for revision, send back. This will be done by BRF. Body.
Nobody. We have to configure the steps. So now you might not find the steps like this also sometimes. You might have these 3 actions in one step. You need to configure that step.
Okay.
So if you are able to do this, I think most of your custom requirements can be solved. That will be fitting into one of the scenario.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all then. Let's catch up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.